Have you ever had what seemed like the perfect deal to sell your property, only to watch it fall apart right at the finish line? Gosh, it is one of the most frustrating experiences a seller can have. Well, today, we're going to dive into a really powerful technique that might just be the key to unlocking your sale, even when all the traditional ways seem to fail. It's a question so many sellers ask themselves, right? You find the buyer, you agree on the price, you get your hopes up, and then, poof, the whole thing just collapses. So, what is the most common culprit? What's the thing that gets in the way of a successful closing time and time again? Okay, so let's break it down. According to our source material, traditional real estate deals usually hit one of two major walls. And, it's pretty much always about the financing. It's either the buyer, they just can't get the loan approved, or sometimes it's the property itself that fails to qualify. Either way, the result is exactly the same: a dead end and a sale that goes nowhere. But what if you could just sidestep those roadblocks completely? I mean, what if you, the seller, could take control of the financing part and actually make the deal happen on your own terms? This brings us to a really fascinating and powerful approach where you get to be the banker. So what in the world is temporary seller financing? Well, it's a technique where you, for a very short time, step into the shoes of the bank. You're essentially providing a short-term loan to the buyer for the purchase price. Now, this opens the door for some really excellent buyers. Think about self-employed entrepreneurs, or maybe someone with a small temporary credit hiccup who might get turned away by a big conventional lender. The source material really puts it perfectly. It asks you to be the banker. That one simple idea is what makes this whole thing tick. It just fundamentally shifts the entire dynamic and puts the power to close the deal right back into your hands. Okay, so you become the banker. Now, that might sound a little complicated, and you're probably thinking, hold on, I need the cash for my sale, not a trickle of monthly payments. And you're right, this is the absolute key to the whole strategy. You don't have to wait. Let's break down how this so-called temporary loan gets turned into cold, hard cash in your pocket fast. It's actually a really straightforward four-step path. First, you agree to carry the note. That's just the loan document. Second, with financing all sorted out by you, the sale closes. Third, you then immediately sell that promissory note to an investor. And why would they buy it? Well, they get a reliable stream of payments, and they buy it at a slight discount, which is how they make their profit. And fourth, you get a lump sum of cash. It's just clean, efficient, and super quick. And this really highlights the temporary part of temporary seller financing. We're not talking about you becoming a landlord or some long-term lender. The note you create can be sold for cash right away, a lot of the time at the very same moment you close the sale of the property, or just a little bit after. The point is, you get the cash you need, and you don't have that long, frustrating wait. So, we've walked through the mechanics of how it all works. Now, let's get to the most important question of all. Why would you do this? What's in it for you, the seller? What are the direct advantages? The benefits here are seriously compelling. First off, you can sell your property way more quickly just by opening up the pool of potential buyers. And you know what that means? It often lets you get top dollar. You also get that lump sum of cash you need. Plus, the flexibility is just fantastic. You could choose to keep a little piece of the note for some monthly income, or even structure a big balloon payment down the road. You've got options. And that flexibility, that is a huge piece of the puzzle here. It is not an all-or-nothing kind of deal. You've got the option to sell the entire note to get all your cash up front, or you can just sell a portion of it. This lets you perfectly tailor the deal to whatever your financial goals are. It's your equity, so you get to decide how you receive it. Now, whenever we talk about creative financing, a fair question always comes up. Is this stuff secure? And our source material is really, really clear on this point. This is described as a safe, legal, and guaranteed form of financing. It's a well-established technique in the real estate world, and it's designed to create secure deals that work out for both the buyer and the seller. So when a conventional deal hits that all-too-common financing problem, it really doesn't have to be the end of the story. By being willing to step into the role of the banker, even for a very short time, you get a massive amount of control over the whole transaction. Which leaves us with this final kind of empowering thought. Instead of waiting for a bank to say yes, could you be the key that unlocks your own sale?